Sweet, so we're live. For anyone tuning in already, welcome back to the Best Girls stream from the Our Anime podcast. Today I got Maz again, and we have special guest Vancer. How you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Hey.
Nope, no problem. Thank you for joining us. So I am going to share my screen and pull up the results. I'm not sure if people are watching or if I have to. Actually, Mons, can you remind our Discord?
Oh, yeah. I got this.
Thanks. So we have the
Aqua won. Oh.
Yeah. So you're reacting in real time to this.
This is the first time I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mikasa won too.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Maz.
I'm sorry, Maz.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, do we want to let Maz say his piece?
Yeah.
No, that's my piece.
I reject these.
Hang on. How come I can't do an @ here anymore? Is that not a feature on Discord anymore?
They might have gotten rid of it.
Why
did they get rid of everything that's important to you in this moment?
Welcome to my everlasting nightmare, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me see how I can do. But I guess we also have something that's important to us, which are 7 Blu-rays from Sentai Filmworks to give out to some of the winners we have for this. As you know, we've been doing a giveaway where if you comment and subscribe to the channel, you have a chance to win one of 7 Blu-rays consisting of
KOKKOKU.
KOKKOKU. I was reading that and Kampfer at the same time. So, Koku, Kampfer, Just Because, Land of the Lustrous, otherwise known as Hoseki no Kuni, Cutie Honey Universe, Is It Wrong to Expect a Hot Spring in a Dungeon OVA, and the Monster Musume Everyday Life with Monster Girl Complete Collection. And you can win this by subscribing to our channel and commenting in the video after the stream, or by following us as well as Sentai Filmworks and High Dive on Twitter and retweeting any of the tweets we have associated with the contest. You will see them anywhere. And those give you a chance to win one of these 7 Blu-rays. So we're super thankful to Sentai and High Dive for giving us the chance to give these away, even though I cannot pronounce them. I very much appreciate you all. But back to this. I guess this kind of counts as semi-surprising results. Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Vancer, we haven't really heard from you. So, what have your takes been thus far?
I'm just kind of enjoying the ride. I've I don't have too much stake in the matter because I like many people have the memory of a goldfish. So, characters that I like, I remember less and less about them the less I see them. So, but even with Mikasa having a season right now, I still don't think. Not only she shouldn't have been seeded that high, but shouldn't have made it this far.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember who she went up against, but especially, 2,500 points over Mayushi definitely shouldn't have happened.
Well, I can go back and see who she did go up against. I think she beat Megumi. Did she beat? No, that was the other. She's on the other side. She beat Ram, which I think is fair.
Oh, yeah.
She also beat Mio, which I think is probably less fair.
Yeah.
So between those two, I think Mio probably should have won, but I think she's been somewhat understandable in her run so far, but I do think she should have beaten Mayuri.
Yeah, because I feel like she hasn't, aside from killing Titans and stuff, I feel like her as a character hasn't done a whole lot in the show.
Yeah, but it's interesting how as the praise for Attack on Titan goes up, I feel like the criticism towards her has also increased, because for a while I feel like people were really critical towards Attack on Titan, but they were kind of but at least Mikasa is cool. And now it's wow, Attack on Titan is really cool, but Mikasa hasn't done anything since season 1.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Granted, I haven't seen season 1 or 2 since they aired, and and It's been a while, but I still can't remember honestly that much that she did in season 1 as well, aside from just being the most badass character, but it still wasn't,
Yeah.
anything to put her this far.
Yeah, and I don't think she should have beaten Myri. I guess it's still just like, Attack on Titan being popular and like her reputation of being a best girl, even though I don't really know how deserving she is of that.
Yeah.
Maz, do you
What's
have
up?
anything?
This is like that time when I hear comments, I hear things being said about Mayushi not doing anything in her own show and being just this like plot device or just a moe blob or whatever. This is like that, except like what would the defense for Mikasa be in this case?
She hasn't done anything.
Yeah,
Screw you guys.
It's just instead of like being there to be cute, she's there to be badass. It's just two different like ideas of the same character, I guess.
Yeah.
The more disappointing thing about all of this is that I can't post the. It would have been a perfect scenario where if Mayushi won, I would have posted that video of it's an Attack on Titan meme edit where the Colossal Titan shows up, but it's just Mayuri.
Yeah, I love that
That
one.
would have been great.
That's a classic. I love that one. I mean, that's the worst is because it's like you can't post that because it's so clearly like the Titan about to wreck them, and Mayuri didn't win, so that's sad that you can't even post it anyway. I feel very sad.
What a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, this is an interesting turn of events, but not necessarily in a good way. I mean, I think we all thought Asuna would win, if not just for China, and because no one really thought Gabriel was really that strong in the first place.
Yeah, that was kind of my take. I was just like, I liked Asuna when I watched Sword Art Online ages ago.
Yeah.
Don't know how she'd hold up if I rewatch it, but Jabril I remember literally nothing about, and I've seen that more recently. So
yeah,
that was one of the easy votes for me in this round.
Yeah, I mean, I like Jibril enough. Like, I actually kind of defended her the last stream because I think she is more than just like a fan service character, and she actually has some funny moments. But I also have liked Asuna for a while. I think that she's kind of better than Sword Art Online criticism is like, I don't know, like she's not really fitting for a lot of the Sword Art Online criticism, and a lot of it is kind of like the show did this to her character, not necessarily her character was bad.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've never really had anything against Asuna, but I've also never been like a huge stan for her. But I guess this is like probably the first time in this contest where I will be voting for Asuna over Mikasa.
Yeah, I probably am too.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh no. I vote for Giant Meteor destroying both. The final should be Aqua and Winry.
Yeah, I like that as a final.
Yeah. Jesus.
Sorry, that was my alarm.
Was that like a more like angry reaction than you right now? Yeah, I do agree. I think that Aqua and Winry is a lot more fitting of a final, but I also thought Holo and Winry was a lot more fitting of a final. So for like 3 rounds, I've been convinced that I've been like the only Winry stand around, and apparently that is not true. So I'm thankful to my fellow Winry stands who have been defending her as both a good, like a good waifu pick, but also a good character. I think she's like unironically the best character left in this contest.
Yes, I agree with you.
That's right. Hollow lost. Ha ha! Eat shit, Hollow fans.
That was the one matchup I didn't vote in because I like Winry, but I haven't seen Spice and Wolf yet, and I plan to, and I think I'll like Holo, especially because as you see, all these Holo stands get her this far every time, so I feel like I'd probably like her as a character. So I just didn't vote in it just to leave my vote out, but it looks like it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think Holo is actually pretty good. I like that matchup more than any of the other ones this past round.
Yeah.
And I think like Holo is pretty good, but I did vote for Winry because I think her character is a lot more compelling and I found her a lot more interesting to the show. So I'm happy that she won, but still kind of shocked, like genuinely surprised she won. Just no clue what happened there, but kind of happily surprised.
Yeah, I think it also again might be the same reason I would have voted for Winry. I just feel like more people have definitely seen Brotherhood than have seen
Yep.
Spice and Wolf.
Definitely true. Yeah, that's definitely a big thing.
What did you guys? I'm curious what you guys voted for in this half of the bracket in terms of these two matchups.
For I voted Shoko over Aqua. That was like the biggest slapdown.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
That's insane. Maz, like, what is up with your Konosuba people? Like, can you answer for their crimes?
I voted for Aqua.
Oh no.
You are there. You are their people. I mean, I do like Aqua, but like, why?
Because she's. I told you because she's terrible.
Oh, that's right.
It's
Actually, you have the
hilarious.
best reason. You got to bring it back for this.
Yeah, Aqua. Aqua, the joke of Aqua's character is that she is a shit waifu, and so Aqua winning would be the epitome of our anime having shit taste.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
an excellent point.
That
I
is
mean, I definitely like Aqua, but it's hard to compete with Shoko.
Yeah, I love
And
Shoko.
It was not even close. I'm just glad she got more votes than Jibril, though.
Yeah, that's true. I thought she had like less votes than Jibril, but I guess she had more. That's even if it's by like what, like
It was like 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yikes.
Pretty yikes all around. So I won.
It sounds like everyone voted for. It sounds like all three of us voted for Winry, or would have. I didn't vote, but you both voted for Winry.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Moz did it out of spite for Hollow.
Yeah, that was my guess. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess now what are you gonna do, Moz? Are you gonna betray me again?
You know what?
You can if you want.
I'm voting for Aqua, but I also don't really care if Winry wins. Because here's the thing: Winry has win in her name. Naturally, it makes sense that she should win.
Yes.
This is like Unstoppable Force meets Immovable Object.
Yes.
We've got a character who's the epitome of shit taste versus win.
Yeah.
Win.
I just love it that like Winry's got to take the win because it's in her name. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it hasn't helped her in the last several years. So I don't know what would change to help this round, but
I mean, on the other side, you've got My House versus Yucky. What can these two idiots do?
Mikasa got it. Took me a second. Yeah, I think whoever comes out of this half of the bracket's winning. Like, no chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Austin is going to win because of China. I feel like that's what they're setting up for this to be. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of weird. I'm definitely looking into the votes for this round because I feel like they are kind of suspicious, but I'm probably not going to be able to find that much because I feel like even with like potential, like a lot of votes, like with a lot of votes coming from China, I think kind of legitimately. And then I know that there's been a lot of people posting the bracket to the Konosuba subreddits, which is like not allowed. It's not allowed. Like some people are like, I think some people find it like frowned upon, but I've never said that like you can't do that. But I guess they feel like that somehow like manipulates the votes. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think that might be why maybe like Aqua had like 10,000 votes is because like someone spammed the contest to all the Konosuba subs. I don't know.
I mean, Konosuba is also a huge show as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, it's already big as it is.
Yeah, it didn't shock me that she made it this far anyways.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and there's one post on apparently our anime memes had like 4,000 votes, which is more. It had 4K upvotes, which is more than my thread gets. Where is my thing? Give me my upvotes. I don't care, but I don't want them to have more than I did. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Austin is gonna win, and then Aqua's probably gonna win just on that huge vote jump. Like,
yeah.
And then they'll probably, I don't know. Would you guys, if you guys think it'll be Asuna and Aqua, are you guys both voting Aqua?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would too.
Because I do like Aqua. It's Shoko's just in a far better waifu, and it's just like it's like one of the few tens I have is a silent voice.
Yeah, me too.
But Konosuba season 2, I did have it a 10 until I like reworked my system, and then I bumped it down to a 9. but it's still one of my favorite shows. So it's definitely hard to pick when you get this late.
So some Phil in the comments said Asuna is greater than Aqua. Easy, better girl. I think he missed the part of why we're voting for Aqua, which is she's not the waifu we want, but the waifu everyone deserves.
Yeah.
Asuna winning this would be the most normie take of all time.
I do kind of like
it'd be an absolute catastrophe.
I kind of love it in a way because our anime has been like so gung-ho about hating on SAO, like to an obnoxious point. Like I think they've gone so far and beyond hating SAO that it's kind of poetic justice for Asuna to win and kind of stick it to our anime again. Like I think both Aqua and Asuna are kind of like weird poetic justice ways of winning in a way that like it's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like that's kind of the route I'm going for.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
I guess that makes
and I
sense.
think those are probably going to be the two in the final. So that'll be quite the. I'm excited for the comments on Reddit after the final.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think a lot of people think it's rigged, and I mean, it's obviously not me rigging it because I have ruined my own bracket with these results. So I gain nothing out of this besides laughter at people, but I don't really know if there's outside influence on this. I feel like there's no evidence of it at the moment that there's outside influence, but it is just kind of weird.
I love the idea of people thinking you manipulate it purposefully. It's like, I'm going to go through all this effort, create this huge bracket of like 500 girls just to push my agenda and then that I have superior taste.
Yeah, and then it's like, the funny part is it's never like my taste that wins.
Yeah.
Like I get like explicitly screwed over every time and I complain about it. Like with like I forget who. It was like I know like my second favorite girl doesn't win and then like Asuka never goes that far. So I'm not even good at rigging my own contest. But yeah.
There's always next year.
I can try again.
If Kagura gets past like round 4, then you can accuse her of rigging the contest because that's obviously bullshit.
Yeah, and she's not even my favorite Gintama girl, but she would be the like one to
any
back.
Gintama girl.
If any Gintama girl makes it into the bracket, Shaw rigs it against herself. Kind of true. Yeah. How else can I complain on the subreddit if the contests do well?
That's true.
Yeah. This is some weird stuff. I'm trying to look into it and see. It's always a weird thing because a lot of people kind of point out how suspicious the votes are, and I'm never sure how much of it is like the numbers are a bit off, even though we do always get a jump of people in the finals compared to they don't like the results, so they wanted to have like a recount and get better results. You know?
Yeah. It's also hard just on a scale of like Aqua 10,000, like 16,000 votes in total in that matchup. It's hard to make sure that many people are all real as well. It's very hard to keep track of that many votes.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know.
I don't know either. Do you guys have any thoughts on like? Do you guys see this going any unpredictable route?
Not really, honestly. I think it's gonna be Asuna and Aqua, and then probably Aqua to win it.
That would be cool if Aqua. I would be down with Aqua or Asuna winning. I do think that the person I don't want to win is Mikasa because there's no funny thing to say about it afterwards. Like that would be the most boring outcome. Because Winry is my favorite of the ones left over. Aqua and Asuna can have like funny memes associated with them winning. If Mikasa wins, that's just boring.
That's just literally recency bias.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like season 3 came out. She didn't even really do anything. And now she just won. That would be like the worst outcome is to see Mikasa win.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
It would still be really funny if I don't know, you just talk to someone who hasn't seen anime since like 2014 and then you tell them about this contest and you're like, yeah, Mikasa won this contest. It's like, oh. Huh.
Yeah, it's like this is like a flashback from like 2013. Minus Aqua.
Yeah.
Someone asked if I remembered to do the third place matchup, which I did, but you reminded me. Thank you. So we're gonna do I'll do like a Google form once we have the finals and figure out who will be third place amongst everyone. So that's kind of a semi-interesting question since we don't have that much to talk about. If we think that Asuna and Aqua are gonna make it, who do you guys think would win in a third place matchup between Mikasa and Winry?
I would vote Winry, but I don't think she'd win.
Same.
Yeah, same. I do think she's like the fourth, like even just from the votes from this, she would get like fourth out of fourth.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just looking at because Winry had under 8,000, Mikasa had over 9.5, and it's just, you know, with recency, it's not, yeah, it's no. Mikasa's gonna get third. I feel
Someone
like
said Mikasa deserves to win for the bedhead scene.
that's fair. That's the one take I agree with.
I do like the one clip where it's like of her like kind of smiling, but it looks like she's cringing. And everyone's like, oh my God, protect this smile. And it's like, it's not really a smile. Her feet are cold. Like, this isn't a happiness kind of thing.
So, you know, the funny thing is that Senris a couple episodes ago was ranting about how everyone latched onto Mikasa for simple reasons, and he pointed out the bedhead scene.
Mhm.
I really love the bedhead scene, but that was like a meme that I was doing. That like I was joking about how that thing was the only good thing she did in all of season 3+2.
Yeah.
I didn't know people were actually serious about the bedhead scene being great.
Dude, it's insane. The last episode, the last episode of the latest season, I will not spoil for Vancer, but
I've seen it.
you have seen it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm all caught up.
Okay, so
Spoilers for Attack on Titan, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
well, I wasn't going to go into in depth, but like out of everything that happened in that last episode, like all the like anything you could talk about, everyone was talking about Mikasa's smile, which looked like she was cringing. Like she looked straight up constipated, and people were like, "Protect this smile." Oh my God, so pure. Like, bruh, are you kidding me?
I mean, that scene just in general had a lot of like emotion behind it too, just because it felt like they reached a goal, but then they also had an even further goal as well. So I feel like the scene also helped add to that as well. Like the smile not being sure if it's a smile or like discontent, I guess is the best way I can put it. Because it's like she's happy, but she knows what's coming, I guess. I don't know.
I thought it was just her
really like
trying
that
to be
scene.
happy, but she's like not good at smiling. Like I thought I thought she was just like not accustomed to smiling. So that's like the best we're gonna get from her.
It's like that quote where someone says, like, sometimes you just need to tell them that you're okay, but you're actually not.
Yeah, that's like, it's kind of like, I feel like it's almost like the like when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling troubling thoughts but don't know how to react, and that's like they use that example for like how to get help or something.
So Mikasa just wants help in that scene.
She just wants a hug.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone has any reason as to why they like Mikasa more than Winry, I would be interested to hear it. Besides, because I get the like that she's more badass and cool, so she could be more fun to watch. But I don't get her as like a better waifu or a better character.
Yeah, I've got nothing as well because Winry is a literal wife, and it's just like how is that not evidence enough that and just screen time alone. Granted, that doesn't always tell anything because main characters are usually not great, but like Winry just has so much more like screen time, which gives her so much more potential and so much more like revealed to us than Mikasa has. Because honestly, I still don't know much about Mikasa at all.
Yeah, and I know that she had her scenes in season 1, and I do know this one spoiler thing that kind of explains some of her behavior, but that doesn't really make her much better in my opinion.
It just explains it.
It explains it, but it also doesn't like it's kind of like, well, that makes sense, but it's still not an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. It explains it, it doesn't excuse it. Yeah, exactly.
Some people are saying that they haven't seen FMAB, so you guys could also like not vote, but I mean, I know you won't, but if you haven't seen FMAB, go watch it. I think it's better than Attack on Titan. Definitely worth checking out, even if you don't end up liking it more than Attack on Titan. But it is withheld its number 1 spot for a reason.
Yeah, and it almost got passed too by this current season.
It's insane because they were kind of predicting like this could be the one that takes over FMAB, but apparently not.
It got literally within like 0.01, and then like 2 days later, it had dropped back down to where it is now.
Yeah. How is Mikasa's personality more realistic to Winry because she doesn't have one?
Oof.
Like that's not even a slay. Like she just doesn't have whatever.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. She literally is just kind of like the quiet, stoic, badass character.
Yeah, it's like I feel like that's a bit unrealistic.
Literally, the one adjective I have for Mikasa is badass, and that's it.
I thought it would be Eren. It also kind of sounds like I'm just hating on Mikasa, which I am, and I guess I have been, but like I don't really mean it as like much of a slay. I just don't think she really like has as much going for her. You know, It's like when you find something kind of like okay to mediocre, but like it just doesn't match up to the other things going on. Not that like everyone else here is like top tier. Like I'm not saying that, but I can't even meme about her.
Miles, do you have any hot takes?
The only thing I can think of is, you know how Mikasa says Eren all the time and Mayushi says Tutoru all the time. I don't know, something to be pointed out there, I guess.
Does that mean that Eren is a better catchphrase than Tutoru? Because I refuse to accept that.
No.
No, because Eren isn't a catchphrase. It's just a dude's name.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Mikasa will win, though. I think Asuna will win.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. I have no idea. I'm curious what the chat thinks right now. I assume they're probably on board as well.
That's what I'm reading. That's what those are the random comments I've been reading out. I think some people do like Mikasa, so they're gonna vote for her. But that was where someone who like hadn't watched Full Metal Alchemist was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for Mikasa because I haven't seen Full Metal," and I was like, "Well, you could not vote or also watch Full Metal."
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I did with the Holo matchup. I was like, in earlier rounds, I vote for the character if it's one I have seen versus haven't. In the early rounds, I would vote just because I feel like those don't matter nearly as much. But when it gets down to the end, I'm like, I'll just let people who have seen the shows decide. But apparently, that's not everyone thinks that way, so I might as well vote anyways.
It's a very honorable view in an unhonorable contest.
Yeah.
I never got to ask, but like, who are your best girls? Like, who are you rooting for going in?
Again, nothing really like I have the memory of a goldfish, as I've already said. So the girls I'm into at the moment, I just finished Code Geass recently, and I was one of the few people in Discord. It's been pounded at me ever since I started bringing it up. I was a big Colin fan over C2, so I was hoping for that, and she made it like 3 rounds and then lost to a girl from New Game, I think.
Even though I am like a big C2 supporter, so I found it sacrilegious that you like Colin more. I do think Colin is good and probably should have made it farther than she did.
Then there was someone lost to Wiz. I don't remember who it was now. I think it was everyone lost to Wiz. I want to say that Wiz beat, was it Mio, I think? Or not Mio. Oh no, it was Reina. It was Reina.
Yeah, that was
the first time I was like, all right, now it's personal. Like it basically any girl from Hibike Euphonium, I was rooting for. Rin from Yuru Camp, but she lost to Momo, who then lost to Union. So it's just like all the memes keep beating everything that I had like any sort of weigh in on.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
I truly just let our memes be memes.
Yeah.
But we still have Aqua here, so we can make it happen. And then Carl and Panic pointed out that Wiz also beat Mayaka from Hyoka, which is a tragedy.
Oh, I haven't sin Hyoka yet, but I plan to soon. And then I will agree with that.
I heard that, Maz. I know.
I didn't hear what he said.
I know he doesn't like Hyoka, so I think he said something like that was deserved or something. I knew the sentiment of what he said, even if I didn't hear the exact words he said.
Yeah, I feel like also any girl where I'm like, I liked them from whatever show they were in. It's just not a big. Like Mugi as well. Mugi lost.
Yeah.
A couple rounds ago. That made me sad. And it's to some. I've never seen the show. The person she lost to. I literally don't even know who that is.
Oh,
But
who did she? Oh, that was from the what's that show? I didn't see it. It's the Demi Chat? No. What's the show with the dragons and angels? The cute girl show with Satania?
Oh, Gabriel Dropout.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
It doesn't have dragons though.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was I meant devil. Yeah, but whatever.
I can be your angle or your dragon.
That's the new spin-off. Like the poor man spin-off is dragons and angles. Yeah, it's sad just recounting everyone who's lost.
Yeah. I'm very much like, I don't like a lot of big names, maybe. I don't know. I guess I'm okay with them, but the ones I'm attached to more are a lot of like the middle of the road ones that usually land between like the 20s and 40s. And then some that are just like way down that don't make it out of the first round.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we all have a lot. Like there's the pool of people
Oh, never
that
mind.
are
Colin lost in the second round. She didn't make it anywhere.
she used to go like really far too. Like at least the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane how Code Geass hasn't aged that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't shock me just because, I mean, I just now got around to watching it, so I assume other people just don't care for it either, or don't care to watch it.
Yeah. Sad though. I think it's good. I think people should still watch it.
Oh, Conbrew also lost to Aqua. So again, anyone who I'm a fan of just immediately gets crushed by anyone from Konosuba, basically.
Maz will answer for those crimes.
Should have been on the Mayushi train.
Yeah. I mean, I voted for her.
Yeah. Yes. So I don't really have much else. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to say?
Not really.
Does Chad have anything else they want us to say? I'll give them a few minutes to see.
Oh, and it makes me sad because then we also get matchups like Riza versus Mio, and I'm like, I love both of these characters, and one has to lose.
Yeah, there were a lot of matchups where I was like, I really like both of these characters, and I don't want either of them to lose. That happened with Winry and Ryuko the other round, because I would have been content with either of them going by.
And I feel like every time I had one of those rounds where I'm like, oh, I like both these people, both would then go on and lose in the next round anyways, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, it's really sad too. Or then you see something like Yunyun versus Momo, and then I have like Ryuko versus Winry, and I'm like, can I just like trade one of their spots? Like, can they just switch? Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what we're facing right now because we want to. I don't know. I think we're all in agreement that an Aqua Winry final would be the most entertaining out of these four, but we just can't have it.
Yeah, it's the most entertaining for this one. But then I do think Asuna versus Aqua will be the battle of the memes, and the winner will be who we all deserve.
Melvin in chat asks, what's the saltiest matchup outcome for us? I don't know if he means just in general or for these final four. So I'll leave that up to you guys if you want to make a comment on that.
Ooh, that's a good one. I remember there being some that I thought were really bad, but I forget what they were. I know Wiz beating Reno was very, very bad, but I'm not really sure. I think I had another one. I'm just going to go through really quickly. Did you guys have any? I know we just went over a few, so.
Yeah, most of the ones I talked about were the ones that, those are the only ones that affected me greatly. Oh, and again, we get matchups like Conbrew versus Faye.
Yeah,
I'm like, I love both these characters. Conbrew ones, I'm like, okay, I like Conbrew more. Next round, lose to Aqua. Every time. It makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a big one for me. And I think Wiz beating Hanji was a big one. I really disliked that. Yeah. Hanji is my favorite Attack on Titan girl by far. I think she's the most interesting. And
then Sasha's number 2 just because it's Sasha.
Yeah, like she's the meme one. I like Historia too, but I'm not too attached.
Same. She was cool, but she's just not in it enough to, keep her around.
Yeah. I got a question from Collapse about if I'll change the limit of Girls Next contest because someone mentioned that they want to change it to 3 characters per franchise instead of 5. So I was always kind of against that because I feel like the 5 one is limiting as it is. And it's not really like, it doesn't really fix all the problems that people have. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, I see both sides. An easy middle ground is just make it 4. But I mean, every bracket's going to have its own issues. How long has it been the 5-girl rule? Has that always been in effect, or when did that start?
No, I think it came in probably after when it was available. Like for a while I couldn't trim down the votes. Like I couldn't manually delete the entrants. So I think it came in either the 4th or 5th contest, but it became like somewhat more of a problem in the early contest. You'll see that like you have like every female character from Full Metal Alchemist, and they're all within the 100th seed. And then you have like every single character from Monogatari, all the big franchises, even like the side characters would get in. Like more than Wiz, you know, like really side characters would get in, and people would be not really offended by it. But what would happen is that a lot of people would get so pissed off at side characters beating legitimately good characters that they would start spite voting everything. So it's kind of trying to help both sides of it with like, you know, helping the lesser known shows get in while also trying to prevent spite voting for the bigger franchises.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get exactly why it was in here. So I mean, again, the only thing I can think is drop it, maybe do another year at 5, then drop it down to 4 if people keep complaining, and then, you know, decide from there. Because there's some shows where it's like, it all depends on the cast of characters too, because a lot of shows either like have a huge cast and that really blows it out of the water, and then you put that up against a show that has like two real main characters, or a show that has 5 main characters and you have to take one out. So it's you know, it gets very specific when you get down to, you know, 4 versus 5 versus 3. Like,
I think it gets kind of semantic at that point. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And I think someone has pointed out that like when I made the 5 character rule, I feel like that's like a good number for a lot of series. Like 5 characters, like there's 5 main characters in K-On, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. It's like, and it can fit for so many series. I feel like when people ask for the 3 character rule, they really just want it because of Konosuba. Like that's my impression, is like they recognize that the Konosuba side characters are going far and they don't like that. So they want me to do the rule to cut down on that. And I get their frustration, but I also don't want to punish like a specific series just for being popular.
Yeah, because if you drop it down to 3, I feel like if you're talking about K-On, it'd be like Azusa would definitely be the first one out. But then it's like if you get down to 3, who's the of the original 4 K-On girls, which is the one that has to end up going then? And then people get salty about that as well. And
then you get the point of like, I had a really good conversation with a Monogatari fan, and it's like every time I've implemented the rule, we have characters like Nadeko and Ugi not making the contest at all. And you could argue that they're better characters than like most of the people who are allowed in. And it's kind of like, why are they getting punished while we have like random side characters who are allowed in, even if they didn't make the cut for their franchise? So it feels like it's kind of punishing, but not really rewarding us.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like for those people, you just need to tell them to make sure their characters win so they can get them out so you can fill that spot again.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's like, just have a Monogatari girl win, then you can add another one in. Just think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just tell them to get better characters.
Just get better characters, pick the better girls.
Yeah. And then after they've won, put another one in.
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's also the thing where like we get a lot more shows in the bracket now with the 5 character rule, but then they just get voted out immediately because people haven't seen their shows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And someone made a comment that you should consider reseeding after every round in the future based on the victory margins. This is like a very common misconception, but I have no control over the seeds. This has like nothing to do with me. This is all based on the votes for each elimination round. So I can't go through and like change someone's seed. Just as an FBI. I mean, FYI, not the FBI.
FBI.
FBI, open up.
If the FBI are listening, I swear.
Yeah, like FBI, please.
The thing about the character rule, if we limit it to 3 characters, then that probably means that one really weird looking girl from your camp will not get in, and I support that.
Fair. He makes a great point.
Yeah.
How far did she make it in the bracket? Do you remember, Maz?
Probably lost in the first round. Like, I doubt it.
My guess would just be second round, but I honestly don't remember.
To Thelux, who's saying that like there are Nanako fans, but it definitely is easy to tell she isn't a favorite in the community. Just because she's not a favorite of Monogatari fans doesn't mean they don't like her more than like the majority of characters. Like if Nanako was allowed in the bracket, she'd be the 90th seed, which is pretty high.
I mean, yeah. Anything in the top 100 is pretty high.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's a lot of like, people are like, well, I don't like this character, so they shouldn't be in. And that's not really the point. Because there are a lot of characters I don't like that make it in. And then they beat my favorite characters. But, you know, the rules are the rules, and it's all fair in love and salt.
That's a good one. Trademark that.
Thanks. I was kind of on the fence because I thought it might have been cringy, but I appreciate the positive reassurance.
Oh, no problem. I should have just let it go silent. That
would have been like, oof. Yeah. I appreciate the questions though, because I think a lot of people are kind of confused about them. Like when they're like, "Oh, you should change the seeds," and I was like, "Well, I can't change the seeds."
Yeah. It's getting harder and harder to do this contest every year because, you know, every year there's more characters that come out as well.
Yeah.
And it just every like character that I feel like every character that's in the 500 or how many total characters are in this?
512.
512. Yeah. So easily anything in 500 and below is going to be gone by next year, like without a doubt.
No doubt.
It's very hard to, keep things consistent from year to year because the number of characters from each show is just constantly varied.
And everyone's taste just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you bump it down from 5, the quintuplets can't all get in. So that way they can all lose in the third round.
Ooh, that'll be tricky. Ooh, that would be funny.
I'm in favor of this.
To make it really cutthroat, so all the series that have 5 main characters only allow 4. That'd be savage.
Just make it 1 character per show.
Yeah, that would be
everyone lose their minds.
That would be actually insane. Can you guys imagine how that would turn out?
I honestly, I'm kind of in favor just because of the sheer chaos of it.
Yeah, that would be great. I'd be down for like maybe like a mini bracket of just like 64 characters or like 125. Or what is it? No, 124.
I don't know.
We don't have to worry about the Kaons getting snubbed from this because the Kaons are just 1 character.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't vote for the Kaons as a unit, are you even really voting for them?
Exactly.
I would unironically be down for this.
Yeah, because then we can also have the girl who lost her dog come back in as the dark horse.
Yes.
Yes.
She's in Claned. Is that the show she's from?
I have no idea.
That'd be kind of cool. If you guys are like actually down for this, I'm definitely down to do it like at some point later on, just like randomly do. Yeah, I think it's 128. Yeah, just 128. Best Girl Purist Edition, where you get 1 girl from 1 show.
I like it. I like the idea of that.
But you guys say I should keep the winners out already, right? Like previous winners should not be allowed back.
Sure.
I don't know.
You do your thing. I mean, this is a whole new. I mean, this doesn't necessarily have to be, canon to the Best Girl contest. It can just be one of those like 24-hour challenges or like 24 brackets or 24-hour brackets. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Or just like a couple day thing. Like it doesn't have to. Like you can have them come back in, but then just do it more frequently than once a year.
Yeah.
You feel like it?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Someone, Felix was saying that 24 hours screwed this contest over. I would agree, but I do think it screwed all of us over collectively. So it was just a mistake in general. So I agree.
Yeah. It happens.
It does happen.
It do be that way.
Sometimes it really do be like that.
There it is. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so that's actually a pretty fun idea. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I guess I can remind everyone about our deal going on with High Dive and Sentai Filmworks about the Blu-rays. Do you guys know about the Blu-rays? If one person says no, I'm doing it again.
No.
Are you talking
no,
about?
No. I meant no.
I mean, okay. You heard him. You heard him, Sean.
Ask and you shall receive. So as everyone knows, we're doing a giveaway thanks to High Dive and Sentai Filmworks, who were generous enough to provide us with 7 Blu-rays that you could win. So we have KOKKOKU, Kampfer, Just Because, Land of the Lustrous, Cutie Honey Universe, Is It Wrong to Expect a Hot Spring in a Dungeon OVA, Monster Musume, Everyday Life with Monster Girls complete collection. So those are all 4. Oh, also, if just in case you guys don't know, you can get 50% off your first month's subscription of High Dive by using the promo code TAP2019-548-3348. So if you guys want to use High Dive and watch some of these shows, go ahead. We definitely appreciate it. We appreciate having these Blu-rays and having these options in the first place. And we appreciate that people are willing to bicker with us about Best Girls in the comments in the first place.
Yeah. And if it makes you feel any better, there were some no's in the chat.
No. Oh, they did it. Did they do it because you guys did it?
Probably. Because, I mean, I know Panic is one of them who said
Panic. No. And Panic will buy the Monster Musume Blu-rays off of you if they are available in his region. So just know that if you get it, you can also give it to a great cause, which is Panic's house.
Yeah. His obsession. Feed his obsession.
His obsession with Monster Girls. He's too pure for all of us.
It's a healthy obsession. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think it's a wholesome one. Like, Panic makes me enjoy waifu commentary a lot more than I normally would.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Yeah. You make me appreciate it, too, for your good willingness to put up with my Callan hatred and... Well, it's not Callan hatred, just my rivalry with Callan and C2.
That's fair. I mean... It's to be expected. I watched it with a friend of mine, and we were both like, "Yo, Colin's," because C2, honestly, I feel like just didn't do as much, and Colin was. I know I was already giving me Casa shit about this. Colin was like just badass, and
it makes sense.
Everything she was doing, I was like, "Oh, get it!" And every big moment she was there, and then I go on Discord and mention it. Everyone's like, "Boo!" I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'll take my opinions back to the real world and just talk to that one friend about how great she is."
No, see, okay, so it's not because of you. It's because Fate is such a big Colin stan, so I feel conditioned to feel competitive about it.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah. So Fate is a big Colin stan, so he will be with you in Colin. I'm trying to think of a pun way of saying it, but just in Team Colin. Yeah. So I was getting some questions about.
He's Colin my corner.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That actually works out pretty well. Someone was asking about a winners only contest with previous winners. So we have 6 so far. I did one back in the day where I combined best girl, best guy, and best character. I think you guys can find it on the bracket site under past brackets. And I think, did I call it like the Golden Week contest or just the best of the best? So you guys can see the results of that if you want. We can definitely do other ideas too. Like someone mentioned, can we have a contest with shows older than 10 years? Just to encourage people to check out earlier shows. I do like that a lot.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be a really cool idea. Especially, I guess we could do that too since it gets closer to 2020. That would be like a nice way of looking past like 2010 and before. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because even if it doesn't encourage people to watch through wanting to get good votes, they can just see who's in the top 4 at the end of it all and go, I'll just watch those 4 shows or something,
Yeah, exactly.
And that's always nice.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. I'd be down with that. And then someone mentioned Best Girl of the Decade from, I guess, like 2010 to 2020. That would be pretty cool.
I mean, I feel like that's already most characters.
I was going to say, that's every contest. Yeah. So that would definitely be interesting. I like a lot of these ideas. If you guys want to leave more of them, you can join our Discord that should be in the video description, and you can definitely send me a message or just post about it in our podcast Discord, or I can reread these and think about these soon. But definitely keep me posted with your ideas on it because I definitely appreciate it. But I guess that's all I have. Do you guys have anything else?
No, I was just trying to think of another C2 pun, and all I could get was like see her to the door, but that wasn't good. So I
like that one. I really like that one. Well, I appreciate you coming on and your puns, especially.
Oh, I'm going to see tomorrow the Hibike film.
Cool. Yeah, I want to go see it, but I don't think it's playing at the theater near my house, so I'll just sit alone silently at my house.
Rip.
Yeah. No, that's sad.
I was perusing Reddit for the first time in forever, because at this point the only time I go on Reddit now is for this contest.
What the hell you go on Reddit? What a normie.
I literally go on the contest, and I saw someone mention that it's in theaters. Like, oh, cool. and I checked and it's not at the one near my house. So I was like, oh, all right then.
Yeah,
But also good pun, Maz.
that is
Much
good.
appreciated.
You guys nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm really scared of trying to use a C2 pun because I can't think of any good
All
ones.
right, go for it. Just right off the top of your head.
I was gonna say no, I can't do it. It was like see you all tomorrow for the next stream.
That's literally what Maz just said, though.
I know. That's why I was like, I can't think of a good one.
All right.
That's a good one, but I appreciate you guys both coming on. I appreciate everyone in chat. It was really fun talking with you guys and having an impromptu question answer session since we don't have much to talk about with 4 contestants. Don't forget to vote and let us know who you guys think will win in the comments after we archive this video. So after the stream is done, just post a comment saying who you think will win and let us know, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I want to die. Mayushi will win next year. Yeah, right. Get